I'm back with another Wednesday Rants with Dalisa. You already know, if you're new here, old here, Wednesday Rants with Dalisa, I talk about multiple things. I don't stay on one topic, okay? And sometimes I just feel like you need to rant, and that's why you have me. And if you're not ranting or thinking about the same things that I am, well, now you have a chance to think about the same things that I'm thinking about, or maybe the things that you're thinking about, but, you know, haven't really said it. Or maybe you think like, oh, I'm crazy for thinking that. No, you know, there's people out there that are thinking the same thing, me, and that's why you have me to think about new things. Anyways, thank you for all the love and the support. I appreciate it, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But anyways, oh my gosh, something that I've been dying to tell everyone. I wish, you know, I was able to go, but I didn't. But it's still like, you know, a huge deal, even though anyone could have went. But, you know, I wouldn't say accepted, but I got an email back, okay, that, you know, to go to the Baddies premiere. But, you know, honestly, I'm gonna just say it because not a lot of people know this, but when you do that, on the email, it tells you that it's not guaranteed that you get in. And my whole thing is, I feel like that's either like you gotta appear a certain way, or either if it's like full capacity, or if it's like a lot of people and, you know, you missed it. But I have a strong feeling that it has something to do with like your appearance, and that's why I was doing things like that or going places. I kind of get a little irritated because it's like, oh, you got to make sure you like dress to par, or like you dress a certain way. And I feel like everyone should just be able to be themselves, or it's like, you know, people kind of get, it's kind of like, I don't know, being biased. And then on top of that, if they don't feel like you look good enough, like not even just how you dress, because if you dress a certain way and you dress the way that the occasion was supposed to be, they still may look at you like, oh, you still can't come in. I don't like stuff like that. But I got in, you know, I was hoping to do a video about that and show you guys, but no. I mean, if you saw my post, you saw my post. And yes, so, you know, I'm not lying. I'm not showing you the proof because I posted it when it happened. But I didn't get to go. But it's okay. There's other chances. And hopefully I do get in, you know, if I do go. But at the same time, too, you know, I'm going to feel some type of way because, like I said, I don't like stuff like that. And speaking of that, because I have a lot of things to talk about, but I just feel like now, lately, everyone wants to kind of look the same. Like, everyone wants to look the same, like, of what they see on social media. And I don't particularly care for that. It's like everyone wants the same nose, same lips, same cheekbones, same body structure, same face shape, just same everything. And just be yourself. Be yourself. And the same thing with veneers, too. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like that because I know my teeth aren't the best looking. That's why I try to cover them up much as possible, but we're not going to talk about that. But, you know, I'm going to just take the easy way and get braces or Invisalign, okay? Getting veneers is not really helping your situation because I feel like when you take them off, you're still going to have jacked up teeth. Anyways, so it's just, you know, you're just putting on a mask in the front. And then sometimes I'm literally like, I'm not even trying to be like that. Because I know sometimes people do have to get them. But then there's other people that, you know, it's just like you're just hopping on a trend. But, you know, you look like a horse. Your teeth are very bucked. Like bucked up there. Okay, I'm just saying, but I just feel like everyone wants to look the same. Just be yourself. Stop trying to be like these celebrities because, and on top of that, that's the most important thing. Always remember to love yourself. You always need to love yourself. So sometimes when people do that, you know, they're just trying to fit into an image, and it's not, you don't need to do that. Don't do that. Be yourself. Love who you are. Love the way that you look. And if there's things that, you know, you want to change, you could do it naturally. You don't always have to result into doing what everyone else is doing or looking like the celebrities. Because literally, like, I just feel like, I'm not even trying to be like that, but everyone, like, on any type of social media, whether it's like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever it is, everyone looks the same. Like, everything is the same on your timeline. And, like, it's for dudes, too. It's not even just the females. It's the dudes, too. And I'm just like, dang, everyone looks the same. And, like, even with the outfits, too, I'm like, when is someone just going to do something crazy and just, you know, they could just be comfortable with being themselves and not look, you know, like, oh, that doesn't go together. Or that doesn't look right. Or you look funny looking. Or why do you look like that? You know, just why can't, you know, people be applauded for being themselves? I don't get that. I don't like that. That's why I said, you know, me, I'm always going to be myself. I don't care. You don't like it? Don't watch my stuff then. Or, you know, you could block me. Anyways. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about. I've been dying to talk about this. I'm getting a little irritated with the fact that I'm just going to say allegedly. Because like I said, I'm not trying to get in trouble. And no. Anyways. And I always tell you guys that. But so I guess they're trying to take away like degrees for certain jobs. Like I think it was like nursing or like like the different type of nursing titles. And then on top of that, what else? A couple of other things too, I think. My whole thing is, okay, so if you're going to take the degrees, oh, and even for social workers, and you guys know, like I'm in school right now to be a social worker and I want to get my PhD in social work. I'm going to, okay? Anyways, but you want to take the degrees away. So my whole thing is, okay, if you're going to take the degrees away and it's like anyone and everyone can get the job, then you need to raise the pay. And then on top of that, people I feel like should still have certain like qualifications, and there still needs to be like background checks, and there still needs to be stuff that you need to do. Then on top of that, if you're going to take the degrees away, school should be free, including the universities. Because, you know, it's like you're putting in all this work, then school should be free. If you're just going to get a certificate or certified in something, then I shouldn't be paying out of pocket to be taking the classes or the courses to be certified, if that makes sense, or qualified. I don't like that. Then on top of that, it just seems like, so basically a doctor, a lawyer, and a police officer, those are the only jobs that are important and that you have to have a degree for, is what it seems like. I don't like that either. So it's like if you want a degree and you want like more pay, or it's not even just those three things that I listed. There's like a bunch of other stuff too. It seems like if you have a degree in that, that's what you're going to have to go towards. Like if you want a degree, those are the type of jobs you're going to have to go to. But if you're like a nurse or social worker or whatever else is on the list, that's not important. So you don't have a degree. And no, that's not how that works. I don't like that. So they better fix that or change it. But like I always say, just like the same thing with the EBT, you know how, yeah, we were all in a panic about that. You know, like, oh, we're not going to get it. You know, God made a way. So God will make a way for this one too. Because like I said, like I need my degree and I'm going to get my degree. But at the same time, you're not going to have me waste my time, because at that point, I only got one degree. Then let me start the job now and raise my pay, okay? Because also that's another thing, social workers, they are not paid enough depending on what degree they have and what field of social work they're going into. And I feel like social workers should be up there with doctors and lawyers, honestly, because that's a lot. That job is a lot. It's not no nitpicking little side job. It's a job that requires a lot of steps. So I don't like that either. But if you're in school and you're panicking about that, don't even worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing, because we'll see if it happens. But if it does, maybe we should go on strike. Like, you know, okay, if we don't need a degree for that, then you need to raise the pay or something. I don't know. Like, just do something, because that's not it. And now, like, for a minute, I was overthinking, like, well, I'm in school for nothing, right? Because, like, I could just work the job now. But, you know, that's not how it works. But something's going to have to give. It will. So everything will be okay. Don't ever think about that too much. That's another thing. Like, I'm not even trying to be like that. But I feel like sometimes, too, when people are going to school to have a certain career field, sometimes people are doing it just for the aesthetic, just like, oh, because I'm going to make the money and I can get this, I can get that. Okay, but are you passionate jumping into that career field too? Like, that's another thing. People that want to be doctors or nurses and stuff, it just gives off like, do you really care for the people? You're just doing it for the aesthetic and what comes with it, but you're not actually properly caring for your patients. And I don't like that either. That's why, honestly, I don't really trust going to the hospitals, but I do sometimes go a lot because I overthink, you know, like it could just be like a bump on my forehead or something, or I don't know, just any little thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go to the doctors or the hospital. But then sometimes I'm hesitant because I'm like, you know, people, how they are, same thing with like being a lawyer or anything else. It's like, are you just doing it because of the money? Like, also have some type of passion with it. That's why I feel like people sometimes play around with like what they want to do, and it's not playing around like that, but it's just like finding the path like that's for you, like what career field you actually want to go down. And it takes a minute to really like see what you want to do, because you don't want to be working in a career field that you're not happy about and that you don't really have a passion for. It's like, okay, yeah, you're making the money, but you just feel like you're dragging every single day. And that's how I feel like right now. Like, okay, I always tell you guys, like, I am very grateful and thankful, but I really want to take content seriously. Like, I'm tired of the 9 to 5. Like, even with the social worker, that's like, it's a career field, but it's a 9 to 5, and I just don't want to be in that type of setting anymore. I'm tired of all of that. But in other words, just really find what you want to do, because that's what it gives off. That most of these people like, oh, I want to do that, but like, are you passionate about it? Because I've seen too much stuff where people are not really, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Then on top of that too, that's another thing. Okay, I will say, because it did say teachers on there, sometimes too with the teachers, it's just like you guys want the upper hand of authority and telling people what to do, or mainly kids or adults too, and yelling at them and talking to them any type of way. I feel like with teachers, yeah, I feel like it's 50-50, and I can say that because I work in this field. But I can say that because sometimes people that don't have degrees, like what I'm doing, I do a better job than a teacher. And I've had multiple people tell me that. And at times when I've had to do things for the classroom, or kind of like not necessarily take over, but like step up to put in, a lot of effort to help all of the kids, like the entire classroom, yeah, I was doing a better job than the teachers. And there's other people that are in my position that do better jobs than the teachers. So the teacher, I feel like it should be 50-50. Like any form of education, it should be where, you could either be qualified, certified, and then you could either have a degree or not. Because little do you guys know what happens behind closed doors when it comes to education. People aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they don't really care. They just are doing it for the money and the check, but not to be like that either. Teachers don't get paid a lot, and they should get paid a lot more than what they get. For the ones that really are working hard and not really care about the kids, instead of just doing whatever and not really benefiting for the kids. Like, I don't like that type of stuff. But that's one thing I will say with the education. I feel like that should be in the middle, 50-50. The other degrees, when it comes to the other career fields, like I said, it's either you're going to do 50-50 or you're going to raise the pay if you're just going to take it all. Because don't be expecting like you're going to take away everyone's hard work and then keep the same pay. No, that's not how that works. And I'm not going for that either. No. But anyways, on to the next, because I have like so many things, to talk. Okay, no, speaking of kids, actually, and whatever with all that, I'm pretty sure you guys heard of the story, but I'm just gonna say allegedly, with like how these kids were beating up on like a parent and their kids or whatever, or something like that. And I've been wanting to talk about this, and I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know the full story, only some of it. But, and once again, I work with kids, but sometimes kids can be a little bit nerve-wracking. But anyways, honestly, if I were ever, if I was put in that situation and however it played out, I'm sorry. But I'm so sick of you guys saying like, oh, kids don't know. At a certain age, kids do know. They know right from wrong, and they know what they're doing, regardless to a certain extent, whether they're taught or not. Because also, it's just you're developing and you're growing. So you're going to kind of learn as you go. And you're just kind of like, I don't know, it's not necessarily common sense because they're kids, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but they know right from wrong. Like I'm telling you, because when I'm working with like my kids and my students, I'll be looking at them like, you know right from wrong. So I don't know why you're sitting up there doing that and you know that I'm going to tell you something. And now I'm going to have to tell you multiple times, or now I'm going to have to give you even more work because you're choosing not to do what you're supposed to be doing. But I just feel like with that situation, those kids knew right from wrong, especially at their age group, knowing that that wasn't okay, knowing that they shouldn't have been doing that. And at the same time, like I said, if I was put in that situation, each and every one of those kids would have been thrown into the middle of the street. Because I don't know where you get off putting your hands on grown adults. Like, I don't know. That's why I said, like, kids, they know right from wrong to a certain extent. It just depends. I'm not saying fully they know right from wrong, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you kind of get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. If you don't, that's the best way I can explain it. Maybe, I can explain it differently as I'm, working with kids more. But as of right now, that's how I'm explaining it. Because it irks me when people say that, like, well, kid. And I'm like, and that's another thing too. Like, people would try to argue with me up and down with that. And I'm like, well, where do you work? Are you around kids 24/7? Do you have kids? And if you don't, then shut up. If you don't have kids, or you're not around kids 24/7, or if you're not working around them, then shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Like, it's just little things like that. Or if you don't have little siblings, like, it's just little things, that it's just, they know. Same thing with adults. Like, I know, like, maybe in your childhood you weren't taught that, you weren't, raised like that. But at your big age, you know right from wrong. Quit playing stupid. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I'm not trying to be mean like that, but especially as an adult, you know right from wrong. Okay. Anyways, on to the next. I gotta talk about something else because that topic is like, no. I'm not talking about that anymore. Okay, because I got too much to talk about. Okay, that's another thing. I just love saying that. That's another thing. Anyways, everyone's relationship with God, as I always say, is different. But when they're also reading the Bible, they may take it in differently, certain verses and certain stories. And on top of that, that's why each day when you're reading the Bible, or however many times you read it, or whenever you read it, that's why you're learning. And on top of that, the Bible is not just something that you read one time. It's something that you're going to read multiple times, whether it's every single day or however you do it, or later on in your life. It doesn't matter. You're going to always go back to it. You're always going to need it for a verse, or need it for if you're going through something or trying to explain something to someone, or if you want to learn something again because you didn't quite understand it. So with the Bible, you're going to, like I said, read it multiple times. It's not a book where it's like one time, depending on how your relationship is with God. And I say that because I'm seeing a lot of people on TikTok explain different stories and how they're looking at it with how the Bible is and the different stories and what happened and did it happen like this, or what if, not necessarily, I wouldn't say conspiracy theories, but just like how they're looking at it. Like, someone was explaining about the story with Adam and Eve, and the way that they were looking at it was actually crazy, because I'm like, well, what if that is true? But I mean, that's why you got to read it again to really fully know, if it's true, and you allow God to help you and lead you to understand it fully, if that makes sense. But I just feel like people shouldn't talk down on people that have those different opinions or those different perspectives, because I would say there's not really no right or wrong answer. You're going to learn, and that's all you can do is just learn. And the person that's going to give you the right or wrong answer is God. And he's going to lead you and guide you to teach you, like, okay, it's this way, or it says this in the Bible because this, and that, if that makes sense. I just feel like we as people, because how do we know? We don't know nothing, like we do, but, there's certain things that we are supposed to know. But when it comes to that, like, don't throw judgment on people, if that makes sense. Like, just let them look at it how they look at it. And if you feel like, because to a certain extent, when they were explaining about the story about Adam and Eve, I was just kind of like, I hear you and I understand, but I don't think that's how. But I caught myself because I'm like, okay, no, That's how they're looking at it as, and maybe they will see it from a different perspective each time they read it or the next time they read it, if that makes sense. So don't do that. Don't be just, judgmental, like, oh, I don't think, everyone has a different way, because everyone's relationship with God is not the same. That's another thing too. So however someone reads the Bible and looks at the Bible, it's not going to be the same as you or this person or that person, and the relationship with God is not going to be the same as you and this person and that person, if that makes sense. Okay? I feel like I preached real good with that. Okay, I did. I made sense. Anyways, I'm not a preacher, but, no. No. Anyways. Okay, stop. Okay. Anyways, on to the next. The next thing I wanted to talk about is stop letting literally, like, celebrities and content create, like, influencers, like, even me, shoot, unless it's skincare. I will never steer you wrong with skincare, so listen to me about that. But anything else, hey, I mean, like, if you want to listen, that's cool and all, but always have, like, your own mindset and your own, opinions, and know, just how you are. But I feel like everyone just listens to celebrities so much, and, like, everything that they see on social media. Stop doing that. They don't know your life, and you don't know their path, and, what they did to get there, or what they're doing behind closed doors, and no one knows what you're doing and what you need to do. And the way that they're doing it, could not be the right way or the right path for you, and you're trying to do what they're doing and listening to them. I don't like that. Have a mind of your own. That's another thing. Like I said, have a mind of your own when it comes to how you look and how you dress, and, like, just being yourself and not having to change your appearance, and, like, like your appearance, like your skin too. But also too, like, when it comes to, like, real life stuff or anything in general, don't listen to them. Because I'm sorry, like, there's some people out there, like, when I'm watching people's content, literally okay, I would be mad if someone did that to me, but I'm sorry. But some of them, I'm like, I think, like, maybe you need to go back to school. I mean, school isn't for everyone, but maybe you should just, like, listen to yourself in your head before you say it out loud, because the stuff that you're saying online is just, it's not adding up. It's not making no sense at all. And it's just kind of like, and then yet someone that's, scrolling, or that admires you so much, they're going to listen to it. Like, don't do that. And that's another thing too. Stop admiring and, like, over, like, glorifying these celebrities. They're regular people, and they don't care about you. That's why, like, honestly and truthfully, not to be like that, I'm so sorry. But seeing celebrities, in person, I'm kind of just like, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, like, it's you. No, because you're not about to embarrass me, be like, oh, don't touch me, or I don't want to take a picture, or I don't take pictures, or you look ugly or something, because then, I may actually get locked up or beat up by the security, because now I want to fight and I don't like you and I'm blocking you, or I got to make a whole video and post talking about what you did to me. So don't do that. Don't overglow. They're regular people just like you, just keep it cool. If they want to come up to you, have a conversation, then, go ahead. The only person I would actually do that for, because I'm speaking it into existence, I do want to be best friends with Tay, okay? If you guys watch Tay, you know who I'm talking about. I do want to be besties with him. I think that's the only person that I would do that for. And no, never mind. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But I'm not even going to be messy and take it there. About the other person I was going to say. But we're not talking about that. Anyways, but yeah, don't do that, because I've seen so many posts too where people are like, oh, I got embarrassed because I'm like, see, that's why you don't do that. But have a mind of your own. Don't be listening to them where, they're trying to tell you what to do, where you're, like, glorifying them, where you, like, follow their every move, their every step, and you listen. Well, so-and-so, said this, and that. Like, okay, girl, you need to go to the Lord. Go to the Lord, or, manifest to the gods and the Greek gods. Do that before you're glorifying someone online. I don't know, like, or glorify, whatever it is that you believe in. But that, don't don't do that. That's actually like, it's crazy. Something, you know, you need help. Just like I said with the chat GBT, however you say it. I don't know, because now I'm hearing that that's not how you say it. But if you're, you know, having conversations with that, stop it. Go get some help. Anyways, but yeah, I just had to say that because I don't, this little, unless, okay, if it's like motivational and they're like motivating you, or like they have like good motivational speeches or good motivational posts, you know, or it's like positive, you know, something that just, you know, is something good to hear. Okay, that's a different story. But if it's just like, you know, other stuff, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just don't necessarily, it's to a certain extent. But another thing about social media, when you're doing content, I feel like not every single thing, when you want to be a content creator or whatever it is that you want to do with social media, not everything has to be filmed. Because I just feel like everyone's been telling me like, oh, you know, like, you know, you got to get on your Zoom. I don't have to film every single thing, if that makes sense. Like, you know, sometimes I just want to be to myself like, okay, yeah, day in the life, you know, what I'm doing, my skincare routine, my Wednesday rants, or whatever else I'm doing. You know, that's cool. Or plan out, you know, my next video. But I'm not going to be where it's like every single thing has to be content. I feel like that's a lot of things that I'm seeing too. Like, especially on Instagram, I feel like Instagram is so like performative. Like, you gotta see like every single thing that someone is doing. And like on Snapchat and TikTok, it doesn't feel like that. But on Instagram, I feel like it feels like that. Like, you have to see every single little thing that they're doing. Like, are they never on their phone? Is there a day that they're never not posting? Like, I feel like just find a balance. Like, okay, one day it's going to be full content. The next day or the next couple of days, you know, just relax, chill, stay to yourself. Or, you know, post something a little here and there. Because, yeah, you do got to be consistent. I'm learning that, like, with this content, you got to post, like, back to back to back. And that's what I'm trying to do. But it's, like, at the same time, too, I'm not going to be showing every little thing. Because every little thing is not everyone's business either. You don't want people knowing what you're doing behind closed doors. Because sometimes, you know, when you're trying to do what you need to do for yourself and good things are happening, there's that, you know, the devil and negative energies just come and swoop, you know, no. So every little thing does not have to be shown. So kind of find that balance. And I'm glad I kind of have that mindset already. Because so I'm just like, okay, like, I'm not going to be like every day, like, oh my gosh, I got to do that. I got to, like, they got to see this, they got to see that. Like, every little thing, like, no, you know, sometimes I just want to chill, but I'm also going to be consistent, okay? I am going to be consistent for you guys. Because like I said, I'm tired of working a 9 to 5, and I want to take this very seriously, okay? But anyways, on to the next. Actually, okay, I'm not trying to be messy at all, but, you know, there's been a lot of good music that has been out lately. A lot of artists that are putting a lot of good music out. But one thing I will say is, be careful sometimes with who you listen to. I say that because, you know, some of these artists, they'll sing about this, they'll rap about that, but then behind closed doors, and then for a second it's behind closed doors, and then gets exposed, of course, because they're celebrities. It doesn't match up to the lyrics, like how they are, and then it's like, okay, you know. But so just be careful what you're listening to, because sometimes I just feel like it's like, oh, that's negative energy. Because if you're not really like that, you're singing like that, and, you know, I'm thinking I can relate to it, but then on the other hand, you're giving something else or a different type of personality, I'm not going to want to listen to that, you know, if that makes sense. So just, you know, be careful what you listen to, because just like I always say, your tongue is powerful. What you listen to too, like, reflects and is like putting energy on you. So you got to listen and be careful what you listen to. So that's another thing. Okay, 2 more things, because I know I'm talking a lot. But last thing I want to say, during the holidays, make sure you give back. I feel like that's really important, because, you know, everything was going on with this corrupted, odd, strange government. You know, they're not sometimes helping the people that they should be. So give back, but not even during the holidays. I've said this before too. Don't even just do it during the holidays. Do it when you can. Because I know it's really hard in society right now. But just do it when you can. I feel like giving back to everyone and others and whoever you can, whoever needs it, is so important. Then on top of that too, I also feel like it doesn't have to be, anyone out in the street, but it could be someone that you know too, or someone that you're close with that you know could use the help. Help them too in any way you can. Because trust me, I know like being in this economy right now is hard. It's hard. But just, do what you can. It's okay. Don't, Anyways, last thing. Okay. I'm not trying to be messy, like I said. No, none of that. But I just feel like no. I'm gonna pause for a second because like I always say, I'm not a part of this generation. I'm not old. I'm just a part of my own generation. Okay, I'm in a category of my own. But I just feel like a lot of you are really, really, really some alcoholics. I'm sorry. I don't understand. Like, I feel like, okay, I know, like, our parents and stuff, they were doing a lot, At least we're not doing no crack. I'm just saying. Because back in the days, yeah, our parents would be, okay, our parents' generation, because my bad, I'm not trying to say like it was your parents, but, our parents' generation, there was people, doing crack, all types of stuff. So, but us, well, alcohol is no better. It's like crack or alcohol. Which one is better? It's not fun. Okay, that didn't come. Okay, that didn't come out right, but this is not. There's no in between. Neither is better. I'm sorry, I had to take a long pause because I'm trying to be serious, and this is a serious topic. But that did come out right. No, because I'm serious. I'm like, it's not which one is better because neither one is better. But both of them are doing something to your body. It's doing something to your insides. But okay. Anyways, as I was saying, it's just your guys' generation, I feel like it's just a bunch of alcoholics. Put the drinks down. Stop with the cut water, the Casamigos. Okay, and I'm going to admit something. I'm going to just say it because I already told you guys, like I vape. And that's something I did not want to tell you guys until I like made it far. But I was like, people aren't stupid. Because people are texting me too, like, girl, like, you keep saying you don't, but we know, Dalisa, that you do. But you on YouTube are like, so I just had to come out and say it. But I'm a changed woman. I don't vape anymore. Anyways, yeah, but with the alcohol, like, I don't do that. I'm sorry. I will only on special occasions. And even on that, I still make excuses then, like, I'm good. No, thank you. I don't want it. Or I'm just gonna, no, I'm not giving out my secret because whoever watches this and when I'm around them, they're gonna be like, girl, I saw your video. I know what you do now. So now you gotta, so no, I'm not telling you guys what I do. Just find different ways that fits you of, trying to avoid situations or play stupid, I'm definitely the queen of playing dumb. I do it real good. Anyways, I don't like it, how it makes me feel, and I just can't handle it. I'm one of those where I'm like, fried and laid to the side, okay? Like, definitely, and like throwing up everywhere, too. Like, and it's just so embarrassing because everyone says when I throw up, it's like, I don't know why, but people make fun of me when I throw up, but it's just like, I really am. Like, it's just like, like, it's just, like, I just feel like, okay, I feel like when I'm throwing up, okay, I feel like when I literally, like, when I'm throwing up, it's like something is coming out of me. Like, I'm not just talking about the throat, but I'm just talking about, like, like I feel like my whole soul and my whole body is just coming out when I'm throwing up. It doesn't matter whether, like, I'm hungover or drunk or, like, anything. Like, even if I'm sick, it's just, like, oh my gosh, like, it feels like I'm gonna die when I'm throwing up. Like, I just cannot. I can't. But I don't like that feeling, okay? I don't like that feeling when I gotta throw up. And then, like, sometimes it just feels like the world is spinning. Like, I cannot. So that's why I'm like, you know, put the Casamigos down. And I'm sorry, Casamigos is not all that. Like, I had some Casamigos and I had a lot and it didn't do nothing. So clearly I can handle Casamigos, but doesn't mean I'm gonna drink it because, like I said, I don't care about none of that. Like, I don't. The only thing that I used to care about, because like I said, you know, I'm changing my ways, is a vape. Like, I walk around with a vape, but drinking and smoking weed, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that either. I don't care about the weed either. But yeah, the drinking, put it down. Put it down. Like, you know, you wake up in the morning, oh, let's take a shot. Like, you just got issues. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even trying to be like, because I'm not a judgmental person, but it's like, it is to an extent, like. And then if you can handle it, I'm sorry, if you can, like, handle it, dang, that's actually crazy. Like, you've drank so much to the point where, like, you can handle it. Like, you're just perfectly fine. That's a little questionable. But I'm sorry, but, you know, just pace your guys' self sometimes. Maybe, you know, a special occasion or something here and there, but put the liquor down. It's not that serious, you know? But if you put the liquor down, don't pick up something else in the meantime either in the process. Just put both of it down. Don't pick nothing new up, and don't pick up the liquor and don't pick up something new. Just put it down. Anyways, those are all the things that I wanted to talk about. Okay, I was laughing too much in this video, but I love laughing. If you laugh, it makes you live longer. I'm serious. Since you guys like ChatGPT so much, look it up. I'm serious. Do it. Anyways, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching my video. And make sure you tune in for more, okay?